Creeps, it's Cameron again, and welcome back to my channel where I talk about books, movies, writing, and all things spooky. And on this episode of Library Macabre, I will be reviewing The Forgotten Island by David Sodergren. They just don't write horror books like they used to. If you ever find yourself pouting out those words, know that the real reason for this isn't because horror is dead or anything melodramatic like that. The real reason is you're just not looking hard enough. Fortunately, that's the whole point of doing what I do. I do the digging so that way you don't have to. So please let me help you. David Sodergren's debut novel, The Forgotten Island, will transport you right back to the horror boom of the 1980s. This has all of the essentials. We have a high body count, gory deaths, a final girl to root for, goopy gross monsters, and an unyielding pace. All of this accompanied by David Sodergren's unique style that truly mixes things up. The novel follows two estranged sisters, Anna and Rachel, who are on a trip to Thailand. When they and their party become stranded on a mysterious island, they quickly discover that they are not alone. The island is home to supernatural tribesmen, giant spiders, and an ancient evil that have put Anna and her party on the menu. Simply put, The Forgotten Island rocked in every single way, and it was the perfect book to kick off spring. I mean, it takes place on an island in Thailand, so what better book to read on the beach when the weather starts to warm up? I couldn't recommend a better book. This was so much fun. I would especially recommend reading this if you are a horror fan that likes a lot of monster mayhem and body horror. But if you are not into gory horror, then this might not be for you. Yes, this did have a lot of really well-written suspense scenes that definitely creep me out, but this is by no means a slow burn psychological horror. I like those kinds of books too, but this is horror of the wild variety, so proceed only if that is your bag. Action and gore aside, Sodergren's writing is what really impressed me here. Yes, it is a popcorn read, but there's something just so organic about his writing. It's very, very descriptive, but not so descriptive that it's gonna bore you. It's just enough. He is also really good at writing characters. He wrote some very, very likable characters, at least the main characters, the ones that you're rooting for. He also has some side characters that he makes just dislikable enough that you can't wait to see them die in a gruesome way, and of course that does happen, and it's very, very satisfying. But there are a couple of very likable characters that do eventually get knocked off, and it hurt a little bit, and it did lead to some unexpected tears toward the end. Definitely did not see that coming, but it made an emotional impact on me, surprisingly. So overall, The Forgotten Island by David Sodergren was a very, very satisfying read. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I cannot wait to read his other books. I have Night Shoot right here, which is a slasher novel all about, slasher films. And then he also has another book that just came out called Dead Girl Blues, which is kind of a throwback to the 70s Giallo films. So I'm excited to read both of those, but I'm glad I started here. This was just a blast from beginning to end. If you would like to read The Forgotten Island for yourself, and I definitely recommend that you do, I will put links down below in the graveyard where you can purchase a copy for yourself. I think the paperback is only like $10. So it doesn't cost much at all. It's definitely worth it. So there you go. That is my review of The Forgotten Island by David Sodergren. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Later, creeps. One more thing. I almost forgot to tell you. I recently recorded a podcast with Dustin Can Read, so that'll be going up on Friday. And in that podcast, we are discussing my book, Autumn Crow. I kind of go behind the scenes and tell you some things that you might not have heard about the book. So if you read Autumn Crow and you liked it, definitely go give that podcast a listen on Friday when it goes live. But I just wanted to let you guys know, I will post the links down below in the graveyard where you can follow Dustin Can Read, and he will let you know when the podcast goes live. So thank you again for all your support. I hope that you enjoy the podcast. See you later. Bye.